Hey everyone, welcome to GURPS with Derps. My name is Aaron, and I will be your host and game master today. We will be playing the Syadin Wars campaign, created from scratch using the GURPS 4th edition rule set. Today, my word is law, but the players provide the real entertainment. I'll let them introduce themselves.
My name is Jared, and I play Phalon Thunderhooves, the last of the unicorns. Phalon is a large unicorn coming in at 13 feet tall with his horn and weighing several hundred pounds. Basically a large warhorse, though he would be quick to tell you he's not a horse. I also play Alexa, a 6-foot tall, dark-haired, blue-eyed woman. She is Phalon's traveling companion, caretaker, and protector.
My name is Trevor, and I play the character Burkest Halfor. Burkest is your average-sized gnome, standing at about 3.5 feet. He has sandy blonde hair and green, mischievous eyes.
I'm Tyler. I play Amir. He's a human. He's a little over 6 feet tall. He's got auburn hair and honey skin.
Hi, my name is Josh. I play the character of Archibald Pinkerton. He is a goblin of average goblin height, 5 foot. He has black shoulder-length hair tied into a bun and a goatee, and is followed around by an incorporeal donut named Frogdeer.
Now that you've met everybody, let the story begin.
Welcome to Chapter 2. So yesterday you guys went through all your training. You guys went home, wherever your homes happen to be. Got some rest, hopefully. Hopefully slept well. Today you meet up with Lieutenant Eliga outside of the training grounds. And that's where we start. So Lieutenant Eliga walks... Oh my god. Lieutenant Eliga walks up to the group. Welcome, soldiers. How you doing today?
Slept a little weird, but not too bad. Can't complain.
Good, sir.
Ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am. Sir, ma'am.
Alright. Today we're going to be going on your guys' first patrol. It's going to be pretty straightforward. We're not going anywhere crazy. We're going to be heading out to the New Court Market. It's one of the first markets to be set up after the war ended. So we're going to head out there and we're going to see how things go. Everybody ready?
Yes,
Let's
indeed.
get it.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. Well, let's head over there.
Hey, can you guys slow down a little bit? I got short legs.
Alright. So as you guys arrive at the New Court Market, you see a number of different things happening. You hear the sounds of the market, the background, the tinkering of anvils, and the chatter of people. You
Do we also
You
see
see
a
that
black
there's-
screen?
you can just hang on. I gotta get
Okay.
everybody added to the. Just relax.
Just making sure. Making sure.
Yeah,
I don't
hang on.
The
see
sun
anything.
has gone dark, and we are all going to die. It's the start of the apocalypse. Surprise!
I roll to intimidate the darkness.
All right. If you guys can see anything other than black, let me know.
I don't see color.
Oh my god, I almost did, but then I was like, maybe that's too far.
Are we gonna have to age gate this?
Yes.
All right. Jared, can you see anything?
Sure.
Sure.
That's a no.
There's a lot of black on it still, but yeah.
So this is using dynamic walls and stuff. So you only see what you can actually see. I don't have to like try to reveal areas or anything like that. It's all dynamic.
That's kind of cool.
So I just have to give each of you sight in the settings for you
So
to
then
be
the
able to.
audience will only be able to see what I see.
Correct. That's okay. I mean, most of the time you guys are going to be traveling together. But I didn't do separate maps for each building and all of that fun stuff. So this allows us to do one map and have everything we need. All right, can everybody see now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. All right. So you reach the market. You hear the sounds of the market in the background. You can see that there's a number of shops. There's people wandering through. A number of different people. So as you walk in, you'll notice what's going on, and Lieutenant Eliga starts to talk again. Says, well, this is New Court Market. We see that most of these shops here have people now. Unfortunately, we still have some shops that are abandoned, but we're working on growing it. When we're patrolling an area, we're looking for any troublemakers, we're looking for any problems, and we're just trying to make sure the population stays safe.
Do you see a lot of action around here?
Not most of the time. Most of the time it's pretty quiet. Everybody's just trying to get by on their day-to-day lives. Everybody's pretty worn out and tired after the wars. We got some, you'll see beggars around here, as well as your regular citizens. A few other things as well, as far as sometimes you see some gnomes, though not too often. Honestly, this group here is pretty surprising to see so many different races represented in one spot. You don't see that too often anymore.
I am pretty special. One of a kind.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
It's probably for the better.
Glare. Sharp glare.
I
Alright,
ignore
well,
it
feel
as I
free to-
slowly wander.
Feel free to wander around and let me know if you need anything. I'll be walking around too. Don't be afraid to talk to people and let them know that you're here to help them out or figure out what's going on. If you want to do some shopping and checking out shops, that's fine too.
So at work we can just go shopping?
Well, it's walking a beat. You're walking around and checking how everything's going.
Is there a stable nearby?
There's one just to the north, actually.
I think I'll make my way there. I'll rejoin.
As Bursket wanders in next to a group, he overhears a conversation between two street toughs and a beggar. Hey, you can't be sitting on the corner just asking for money around here. You know that, don't you? The beggar looks up and somewhat perplexed and says, "Well, court, King's law says it. King's law says I can beg." And the tough looks down and says, "Yeah, well, there's a lot of danger around here. You sure you want to be doing that? You need somebody to protect you."
So what's this I hear about King's Law says you can be here?
The two street toughs turn around quickly, a bit surprised since they didn't notice the two individuals coming up behind them. Why don't you go mind your own business? This is just for us over here. You don't need to be bothering with us.
Pretty sure this does involve city guard.
Yeah, you're not city guard.
You say that.
I mean, do you go work for the castle?
I work for the military.
See, that's different. That's different, see? The military helps the castle guard, but they aren't the castle guard, and the castle guard is law.
And I work with them, and I have their extension of law. So unless you
see.
want me and my the rest of our patrol group here to cause some problems for you, say you move along.
Street toughs look you up and down carefully. You look pretty small to me.
I move my cloak to reveal my pistol crossbows and all my daggers.
The street tough narrows his eyes as he notices that others are grouping up around you. Fine, we'll leave. You just leave us alone for now, huh?
Don't worry, boys. I'm just watching.
The street
Oh, yeah,
tough
don't,
casts you a really odd look.
Don't mind him, he's our backup.
Well, you gonna let us past or no?
That depends. Are you going to leave this beggar alone for the foreseeable future?
Why are
This
you
one
already
will-
trying to cause trouble?
Hey, I'm just doing my job.
This one we'll leave alone.
Alright, we better not see you harassing anybody else either. Get out of here.
The two toughs wander off.
I go up to the beggar. You alright?
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm okay. They've been coming around often. They take money. They take our money. They take some of our money. Sometimes it's a lot of our money.
Just you and the other beggars, or are they harassing the shops as well?
Beggar looks to the side, both sides, and looks around and makes sure that the toughs have walked far enough away. And he leans in quiet and he says, "Well, they haven't been bothering the shops, but some of the street urchins and the pickpockets, they're telling them that they need a cut of their money too."
Where are they taking this money to?
The beggar shakes his head. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. No. You can't be here all the time. I can't tell you that.
Can't or won't?
I can't. The beggar starts acting very nervous as you guys are surrounding him, and he's stuck in a corner, and his eyes start darting side to side.
Hey guys, take a step back a little bit. I'll take care of this.
I'll step back.
So you sure you don't want to say anything about what's going on here?
The beggar looks around and rubs his hands together nervously. I'm just trying to stay alive. I'm just trying to stay alive. You know, I mean, after everything that happened, I'm just trying to stay alive.
All right. Well, don't need any specific names. Just even just a direction I can look here.
The beggar rubs his face and, well, I don't know. I mean, I can give you a name, but only one name. If I give you one name, will you leave me alone? Just one name.
One name, and I'll see what I can do to help you guys out.
One name, and you leave me alone.
One name, and you won't have to talk to me again.
Okay, I don't want them coming after me. They can't know it was me. Okay.
I can promise you that.
Okay. Name. The name. They call themselves the family. That's all I can tell you.
All right.
Now you leave me alone, right?
That was my promise.
All right.
And here. Have an extra gold piece.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. The beggar bobs his head and thanks you profusely.
I also throw 2 extra gold pieces at him.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Lieutenant Eliga pulls the group aside, or beckons the group to come and talk to her.
Yes.
It was well handled. Very good job. It can be very difficult sometimes to get information out of the beggars and other people, especially when they're afraid. We've heard rumors of a group lately that's been trying to get a cut and take control of the marketplace, at least for the beggars and the pickpockets. We hadn't had any information. Sounds like you got a name, at least, the family. So, if you guys hear anything else, let us know. We'll make a report and we'll try to track these guys down.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright. Keep on the good work, guys. Lieutenant Eliga walks away again.
And then wanders into the stable.
What, are you worried about the horses committing a crime in there?
Something like that.
Uh-huh. I'm just gonna leave you to that. I'll be out here, doing our job.
Hey, she said we could shop around.
I don't think that's what she meant. But, horse is gonna do what a horse is gonna do. I walk out of earshot.
Christ.
I don't want to just, like, charge on in there if she ain't for it.
Alright, so you're going to do a empathy check.
Yep. Dang.
And you failed. You have no idea what the horse is thinking. So are you just sitting there staring at the horse right now, or what are you doing exactly?
Kind of like, sniffing, stamping a hoof, tossing my gorgeous mane.
The owner of the stable walks up next to you. Oh, what are you doing over here? Are you getting my horses all upset?
What? No. Why would I be upsetting them?
Well, you're a stranger over here bothering me horses, and I've got to try to sell them. Are you buying one of them? And no, I don't rent them for the hour. If you want one, you've got to buy it.
Well, you could get some pretty good stock. Get another horse to sell. And I mean, look at me.
And I don't even know what it is that will come out of the loins of that animal after you've had your way with it. I'm not particularly interested. You need to stop bothering me.
Chances are just a horse. But it'll be a strong and large horse.
I'd rather you not bother me horses. I've got to sell them. Do I need to report you to the City Watch? I'll call the King's Guards over here if I have to.
Alexa, tell the man. Tell the man. Help me out here.
Alexa just shakes her head and says, I understand why you want to. I understand why, but you have to be respectful of other people's property, sir.
Fine. We'll rejoin the others. Sir, consider my offer. If you ever need more horses to sell, I can help you out with that.
Why would you call me a sir? What? She just spits on the ground and stomps away.
Which icon is it then? I thought it was the one in the middle of the room. I just kind of look at Alexa. Well, I think that went well.
As you guys look around, you see some of the shop names. Names such as the Juicy Fishmonger, the Lonely Duck, Hidden Nibble Bakery, and the Lettuce Eat Tavern.
I'm assuming I'm looking at the tavern here.
Yes, you are looking at the Lettuce Eat Tavern. You notice that there doesn't happen to be any lettuce on anybody's tables.
How weird. I'm assuming this is a little boy.
It is a little boy.
Well, how are you doing there, little boy?
The little boy looks at you and runs away.
No, that makes sense.
And the little girl follows as well.
No, that's
Good job. You scared him off with your ugly mug.
that's a lot
really
coming
should
from a
hide that
horse.
face.
I don't know. I think that overgrown horse has a point on that one.
Phelan kind of just ducks his head a little bit towards Burke. Is that his name?
Archibald.
Not you.
No, okay. Yeah, Burke. Yeah.
How about
Maybe,
instead of attacking or scaring everybody off, we try to actually talk to them?
Yeah. It was Archibald, right? Just, next time you want to talk to kids, just try to cover up the fangs a little bit. Your teeth are a little intimidating there.
But what about my smile?
I think that's part of the problem too, buddy.
Alright.
That smile could scare the stuffing out of a scarecrow.
Alright.
No need to hurt the poor man's feelings.
So I asked his guards, what are you doing to this gnome?
One of the guards turns around and looks at Amar and says, "None of your business. This is Castle Guard business. You don't need to be involved."
It doesn't look like I don't need to be involved.
One of the guards has the gnome gripped pretty strongly by the arm while the gnome is trying to get away. Last I checked, we're the law keepers around here. I don't know what it is you need to figure out with this.
What crimes did this gnome commit?
I tell us and to just the gnome. Are you okay? Do you need help?
The gnome calls out, "I'm innocent! I swear I'm innocent! I didn't do it! I didn't do it!"
I ask the guards, what did he do wrong?
One of the guards looks at you and says, "Well, why do I need to answer to you?"
Alright, I'm done talking for the day.
Lieutenant Eliga walks up behind the group. "Guard, these are our new patrol troops. I agree maybe they've been a little rough with the guard here, but you probably should answer the question." The guard looks at everybody. "We caught him pickpocketing." The gnome yells out, "I'm not a him, I'm a she!" Why does everybody seem to get that wrong?
I tell us and to just the gnome. Could have fooled me.
The gnome glares at you. "And what do you have to say, horseface?"
To just the gnome, I say, I'm just trying to help.
The gnome frowns at the guards around her. "Well, unless you can get them off of me." One of the guards shakes her. "Hey, that's enough out of you. You're out here and you're picking pockets and we're taking you to jail. That's the end of the story. There ain't no more to it. Now you guys can get out of our way because we're just doing our job."
Is there a check I can do to see if she's lying?
You can try.
I rolled a 10.
As far as you can tell, she is telling the truth.
Then I'd like to ask the guards, what evidence do you have that she's pickpocketing?
The guards look at you. "You do know that when it comes to arresting somebody, if we see them doing something, we arrest them. And then they go on trial. We don't do trials in the street."
Alright, well, how about this? Who was pickpocketed?
One of the guards, the one further back, says, "I was. Little waif here thought she was good enough to pick off a city guard." He looks at you with a leer in his eyes, daring you to challenge him.
So you're telling me you think someone pickpocketed you? Not even sure if they did. Are you missing anything?
"I was. We found it on her."
And what was it?
The guard pulls a few coins out of his purse. "She stole a couple of these."
Right out of your purse.
The guard nods.
It'd be pretty impressive for someone to be able to open a coin purse and pull coins out.
"I agree. That's why we've got to take care of this. If we lead her out here, she'll be stealing from everybody."
If she could steal from everybody, she'd be more well off than she is now.
And she certainly wouldn't be stealing
"Look,
from a
son,
guard.
are you telling me right now that your goal right now is to stop the city guard, the castle guard, from doing as they're bid by their king, by your king?"
And we're just doing as we were told.
I think we all just find it pretty suspicious that the only person she robbed was a city guard.
"Well, then why didn't you show up at her court date and talk to the judge about it?"
How long is she going to have to sit in prison waiting for this court date?
"That's not my choice to make. When you arrest somebody, do you decide how long they're going to sit there before the judge sees them?"
But as a city guard, you should have a pretty good idea of how many people the guard's bringing in.
"Things are pretty quiet most days. But I'm not making any promises to you."
If she's just pickpocketing, do you really have to be that rough with her then?
"She's trying to escape."
She's probably trying to run from some bullies.
The gnome stomps her foot. "I am innocent," she says. "Innocent! I swear!"
I look at Eliga and gesture towards the guard.
Eliga raises her eyebrows. "Are you suggesting something?"
Can't you do anything?
Eliga slowly shakes her head. "Fortunately, no. Castle Guard reports directly to the king. So, if they say she's done something, she's going to have to go to trial." There's not much we can do. Not unless you want to spill Kingsguard's blood. And I don't recommend that. One of the guards looks over at Phelan and says, "Yes, I am sure." Alexa walks up to Phelan, her hand on her sword. The guard's face crinkles up really, really tight. And as he looks at you, at Phelan.
I still just kind of stand there staring at him.
I always knew those rumors were true, you dirty unicorns. Get out of my bloody head. Fine. You know the truth. Let it be. Boys, let her go. The other two guards look at him strangely, and he walks over and whispers to them quietly. After a short discussion, they let go of the gnome and take a step back away from her.
Come with us, girl.
You boys better behave. Just because we didn't actually catch her, we know she's a pickpocket. We'll be keeping an eye on her.
Oh, rest assured, good folk, we will keep an eye on her as well, and I look directly at her, and if we ever see her pickpocket, we will be the first to let you know.
The three guards grumpily make their way away from you guys.
Haram.
Now, girl, tell me, was this just the one time you didn't get caught?
She looks at you. No, I am not a pickpocket.
Then why are they picking on you in this manner?
I can't tell you that. They're just
Can't
bullies.
or
That's all there
won't?
is to it. They're just
Sounds so familiar.
bullies, okay? They're just bullies.
Usually bullies have a reason.
I don't know what streets you grew up on, but I know plenty of bullies that didn't have a reason.
Little one, are you hurt?
No, I'm not hurt. I mean, I got a little bit of a bruise, but otherwise I'm okay.
Oops, I did that wrong.
Well, now we know.
Can we have your name?
The little girl, the little gnome, the gnome girl snaps her eyes to you. No, has nothing to do with the family.
Little gnome, can we get your name?
God damn it, I did it wrong again.
/first. /first.
Yes, I got it. Jesus.
Bread for yes, apple for no.
The girl
Trying
just
to give
shakes
it
her
the
head.
opportunity.
Look, I've grown up on the streets, alright? But I can take care of myself. I'm fine, and it has nothing to do with the family. The family leaves me alone. They don't want anything to do with the gnomes either.
Right, if you're sure, but if you need anything and you see us around, you either let myself or Alexa here know.
The gnome girl nods slightly. I always see stuff going on around here.
Is there
Little
anything
gnome,
helpful
nobody
you...
pays much attention to you.
Well, maybe you could help me out with keeping an eye out in this area. We've been
Depends
getting
on what you
curious about the family.
Have I?
Ever since
No,
were
we
like
have
5
been
minutes
curious
ago.
about the family.
Oh, you're curious about the family. I'm surprised you even know about it. They've done a pretty good job of keeping it quiet for most people.
We have
It's
our
interesting
ways.
that you know about them all of a sudden.
The girl flattens her eyes and gives you a deadpan look. I live on the streets, of course I know who they are. They're always out here, and they're trying to gain territory. Alright? If you don't know who they are, it's best you just leave them alone.
So they're always around?
She nods her head. More or less. The problem is it's not just the family. Once they got the waifs, once they've got the beggars, they go and report back to the family. Look, most people don't remember. Before the war, 20 some odd years ago, according to my dad, the family used to be strong. It was an underground network of thieves and pickpockets and assassins. They're still there. Everybody thought they were wiped out, but they're still there and they're trying to gain new power. So yes, they're watching. And if I hear that you let slip that I told you anything, trust me, you won't ever see me again and you won't ever get anything more from me. Because I'll either be dead or I'll be gone, running from them.
Well, thank you for what help you could provide today.
The girl nods her head. Hopefully they're actually good ones, not like the bullies that we're just dealing with.
Before we go, do you have a name?
I have a name? Who doesn't have a name? You want
Mine's
to know my
Lamar.
name?
And yours?
You could call me Haltet.
Holtet.
Halt it. Halt it.
Halt it.
There you go. Is there anything else you need to know, or can I get you on my way? I'd rather get away from here for now.
I think you can head out on your way.
Fine. Thank you all. As the girl walks past the group, Alexa reaches out and hands her something. The girl nods and continues to walk away. Lieutenant Aliga finally speaks up again. Well, that was interesting. How did you get the guard to admit that he wasn't telling the truth? I thought for sure that he was going to be arresting that girl.
Many people are under the assumption that because I can send into their mind that I can read their mind. That does come in handy once in a while.
Well, that is the rumor. Are you saying it's not true?
Oh, no, good lord, no. I can send, but I cannot receive more than a plant.
A plant?
Have you ever tried to telepathically talk to a plant? It's like talking to a wall.
Says you.
I can't say that I have. I guess that's good to know. But if you can't read minds, then how do you know that a plant can't actually hear you telepathically talking?
Well, they've never actually responded to me. So I just assume at this point. Also, I eat a lot of plants, so if they could talk to me telepathically, I'm pretty sure I would hear their screams.
That is a bit more than mildly disturbing to think about.
Maybe they don't talk back because they find you boring. I head into the tavern.
So Amar walks into the Let Us Eat Tavern. Inside the Let Us Eat Tavern, you notice that it has very nice hardwood floors and a bunch of tables that are pressed close together, not giving a whole lot of room. There's a couple of barmaids serving and a bartender behind the bar in the back.
Phelan tries to enter the tavern. I is making a perception check as to the size of the door.
You can enter the tavern. You can enter the tavern, but you find that if you try to move about in there, you'll be pushing tables and chairs around.
It's like Star Wars. We don't serve your kind here. Your droids, leave them outside.
As you stick the front half of your body into the tavern, one of the barmaids comes running up. Sir, you know that's you're there's a stable to the north. Go to the stable. Okay, we don't no horses.
I am not a horse.
The barmaid sits down on a chair, a stunned look on her face. What? You can talk? Wait,
of course I can talk.
Are you a unicorn?
Do you see this horn on my head?
I've never met one of you before. Well, we don't really have room for you in here, but I can ask the bartender if he'll let me bring something out for you.
That would be much appreciated.
Okay. I'll go ask him.
Something light and refreshing.
Well, I don't know that we have light and refreshing. I mean, we serve bread and beef and chicken and pork and beer, and that's about it. And some wine.
Bread and wine sounds fantastic.
I'll see if the bartender let me bring it out.
Looking around the bar, is there anybody that looks out of the ordinary?
Looking around the bar, besides yourselves, you see a mother, what looks like a mother and her daughter sitting at a table with their son, or with her son and her daughter. You see the two street toughs that you spoke to earlier sitting at a table. And currently both of the barmaids are over by the bartender at the bar.
I walk over to the bartender and I say, what's the word around here?
The bartender and the barmaid finish speaking, and as the barmaid walks back to Phelan, the bartender leans in close. The word is, strangers come asking questions. They don't get a word.
Alright, I'll leave the speaking to the gnome. Alright.
The bartender gives you a strange look.
It's your face. You need to cover it up. It doesn't matter who you're talking to.
Shut up, you big dumb horse.
Not a horse.
Yeah, you're a unicorn, I get it.
Kinda looks like a horse.
I chuckle to myself.
Yes, I understand. I will stand just outside if that is fine.
The barmaid says thank you.
Alexa, please pay the girl for the food. And get something for yourself as well if you're hungry or thirsty.
Alexa decides to just order a shot of liquor.
That works.
The barmaid brings out the food to Phelan and Alexa. Alright, that'll be $25.
Alright, and Alexa then pays him. Her.
Okay. And Alexa pays her.
She carries all of my gold.
Okay. So Alexa pays the barmaid, shoots her shot, and holds out the bread for you to eat.
Which I just devour. And then I grab the top of the mug in my mouth and just like tilt my head back and take the entire mug of beer like a shot.
Okay, so I walk up to the bartender and I'm like, forgive my strange friend. We were just wondering if there's anything going on in the market square recently that you're concerned about. We are gonna be the patrolmen in the area.
The bartender clears his throat, pours a shot, and puts it in front of you. I thought you would, if you're going to be a patrolman, I thought you'd have figured out that it costs money for anything. Alright? It's only been 2 years since the war, everybody's hurting. And while me prices may be steep, I still need to make it. You want information, you've got to pay. Can't believe I've got to explain that outright to you. I don't think you guys are going to be very good at this now, are you?
I slide the shot back to him, and also a gold piece.
The bartender slides the shot towards you. It's $5 for a shot. Not one, 5.
I slide the shot back. I don't drink.
The bartender looks down at the single gold coin in front of him. And for clarity, I'm stepping out here. $1 is equal to 1 gold coin. Everything in the book just says dollars. I'll probably say dollars instead of gold. Dollar,
Yeah.
gold, interchangeable. 1 gold coin is $1.
Okay.
So, you drink? Come on. Why not? Why wouldn't you drink? Who doesn't drink?
Patrolman on patrol. I slide over a second gold coin.
The bartender shakes his head. You seem pretty straight-laced to me, lad. I think you're going to have to find your information somewhere else.
I slide my dagger on the table. Are you sure about that, sir?
The bartender looks at your dagger, and looks up at you, and looks at your dagger. You don't want to be doing that, lad. You really don't. You might be able to beat me in a fight, but if you're supposed to be here patrolling the streets, you're just going to be one more of them bullies, eh? Is that what you're saying?
I slide over 2 more gold coins, still with my dagger out.
The bartender grabs the shot, shoots it down, puts the shot glass back in the bar, puts the gold coins in the cup, and pushes it towards you. I don't want none of this. If this is how you treat your bartender, I got nothing for you. I don't know anything. You're threatening a man who's got nothing for you.
I walk out. Barman's useless.
I talk to the bartender. Look, I apologize for my companion. He gets a little ahead of himself sometimes. I slide 10 gold across the counter to him. Look, you're a bartender.
The bartender
People
just
talk
slides
to
it
you.
back and interrupting you. If he's your friend, I'm not interested in talking to you either.
Fair enough. Guess I'll have to start keeping better company then.
Phelan walks over to Captain What's-Her-Face.
Lieutenant Eliga?
Lieutenant, what's her face?
So when you are patrolling this area, what is your general approach?
I just walk around and talk to people. Try to see what's going on. The beggars usually don't have much to say. They just want money. The waifs, they just run away. They talk to most people and they don't know nothing. Sometimes you can get some information from the bartender if you take a shot with him. You know, play nice. He's usually pretty friendly. Otherwise, talk to some of the other market owners. Sometimes they know something. But be careful. There's two types of shop owners in the area. One type is the merchants. They belong to the Merchants Guild. They buy, they sell. That's all they do. They are trying to push out all of the crafters. They don't want the crafters to be able to sell directly. They're trying to get the king to pass a law to say that they can't. The other ones are the crafters. They make their own stuff and they try to sell it. They don't get along very well. If you're too friendly to one, the others might start ignoring you. So you've got to pay a fine balancing act if you want both of them to try to tell you anything about what's going on.
And all this time, you have not uncovered anything further about the family?
We only just started getting reports about them about a month ago. So, no, we haven't gotten anything further about them.
Well, thank you for your time. I just kind of wander away, shaking my head just a little bit.
Alexa dutifully follows you.
I walk over to what I'm assuming is a beggar over here.
You see where you're at. There you are. Yes, that is a beggar.
I give him a gold coin.
The beggar nods his head and says, "Thank you, thank you."
Anything I can do to help out the people around here? We're a little new to the area. I was wondering if you could help out a patrolman in the area. Maybe give you an extra gold coin or two if you can give me something useful.
The beggar rubs his beard and says, "Well, I guess it depends on what you're asking for."
Well, I've been hearing some information about a group in the area that you may have heard of that may be giving you some trouble from time to time.
The beggar nods his head slightly. Maybe. Maybe not.
So if I were to say give you 3 gold coins,
The beggar says, "Alright, fine. 3 gold coins. Make it 4. 4 gold coins. 5. No, 5. I feel like this information might be useful. 5 gold coins."
sounds like we have ourselves a deal. I give him the 5 gold coins.
Alright, what do you want to know?
Anything you're willing to tell me about the family.
I don't know much. They come here, they shake us down, try to get money. But I know something not many people do know. I know who the head of the family is. He's an orc. His name is Hezret Gonor.
Hezret
That's all I can
Gnor.
tell you. Hezret Gonor. That's all I can tell you.
I give him 1 more gold coin.
The beggar says thank you.
I wander away from the beggar. I walk over to Lieutenant What's-Her-Face?
Liga.
Liga.
Eliga. E-L-I-G-A.
Lieutenant Liga?
What's up, soldier?
You wouldn't happen to have heard a name, Hezret Gnor, would you?
Lieutenant Liga tips her head slightly. No, don't think I've personally heard it before. Why is that?
Did a little digging and I found out that could be the name of at least someone very important in the family.
Someone very important. That's all you've got.
I'm told they're the head of the family and that they're an orc. Granted, it comes from a beggar, but...
Well, if it is an orc, that narrows it down a bit. There's not many of them left after the wars. Alright. We'll make sure we include that in our report when we send it up. Thank you. Good job.
Do you happen to know of any orcs in this area?
No, most of the orcs I know are up in the northwest part of the city. They don't generally come down to the markets here. They don't like dealing with people. Before the wars, they tried to eat people sometimes. They're not very well received. But they did serve. They did kill the undead. We've allowed them to stay here now. As far as we know, they're not killing anybody anymore.
Have any beggars gone missing in the city lately?
Eliga says, well, go missing all the time. They die. Nobody knows who they are. They disappear in a gutter. End up passing out in a sewer. That's a pretty common thing. So if you're asking if it's any different, that's pretty tough to say.
I nod my head and wander off.
I'm assuming those guys up at the top against the wall there, those must be guards, right?
I mean,
These guys.
So you see, yep. So you see
Samurai
two
dudes?
individuals who are obviously wearing weapons and look very fit, but they aren't wearing a uniform of any kind.
I walk up to the guys that are clearly armed, and I ask, "What's your deal?"
The two guys look down at you, a little bit of a smile on their face. What do you mean? What's our deal?
Clearly armed to the teeth, but nothing in sight.
Hey, that's what mercenaries always are. Always prepared. We're with the band of the Hand Sun. Haven't you heard of us?
Can't say I have, but I kind of live under
Hi.
a goblin rock, so
I was about to say I must be living under a rock. Not sure how a goblin rock's any different. You'll have to tell me about that someday.
usually covered in more ooze.
What can I do for you today, lad?
Oh, I was just wondering, why in the market?
Oh, we're here to buy supplies. We're going on out. Got a bit of a mission to go on tomorrow.
What kind of mission?
Oh. I don't know if we should quite tell you. I don't know who you are, and I don't know why you're asking, and it seems a bit odd that you are.
We're with the military.
You got anybody that can confirm that? I mean, you could be a recruit. They don't give you your badges and armors for, well, usually for at least a month. But that means anybody can come up and say it, and I'm sorry, but that's just not something that I can deal with right now. You've got to give me some proof.
I motion for Eliga.
Lieutenant Eliga wanders over in your direction. What can I help you with, Archibald?
Can you prove to these guys that we're military?
Lieutenant Eliga nods. Hey guys, how you doing today? The two strangers, or the two mercenaries smile and obviously know who Lieutenant Eliga is. Lieutenant! How are you doing today? We're doing great. Are you telling me that this little goblin here is trying to join up in the army? Lieutenant Eliga nods. Aye, he is. He's trying to serve and he's trying to do something useful. If he's got questions, if you don't mind answering them, it'd be much appreciated. The two mercenaries look at each other and nod. Ha! Well, hopefully this one actually survives longer than the last goblin that you tried to get joining. Lieutenant Eliga shakes her head and says, just don't mention that one.
I look at Burkess and I say, "Last goblin?"
I'm sure it'll be fine. He probably just
Well-
had an accident.
One of the mercenaries laughs. An accident? Oh, you don't understand. It wasn't just in any accident. The poor fool got stepped on by a horse. They were riding on the road and they didn't know how to ride a horse and he fell off and his head got crushed by the damn thing. Oh, I told him not to ride the horse. He just didn't listen to me.
I look down. Note to self: stay away from Phelan.
Who's Phelan?
Oh, never mind.
Alright, well, you want to know what we're doing tomorrow. Alright. One of the merchants had his wagon stolen while on the road just west of the city. And we've heard rumours there's a bandit camp just north of that road, almost right where it got stolen. So we're packing up some gear. We're heading out tomorrow to go in and take care of them. That's what the merchants do. They pay us to kill the bandits and to protect them. Of course, this merchant, he's a small-time merchant. He thought he'd save some money by not having protection on the wagon itself. Didn't go well for him, let's just say that.
Well, thanks for the information.
Eh, not a problem.
I wander away awkwardly.
You guys need any extra help? Might know a few guys.
The mercenaries look down at the little gnome in front of them. Well, you're telling me that you know a few guys Or are you telling me you have a few guys? Because there's a difference.
I'd have to run it past them, but I'm sure they would be down to make some extra gold.
The two mercenaries nod. Hey, well, it shouldn't be much of a job, and I ain't going to be getting paid much probably because of that. But if you do want to go, we're leaving at sunrise tomorrow morning. We'll meet us over at the west gate, and we'll be able to head out there. Bring anybody as long as they're either members of the military or they're members of the mercenary group. Of course, anybody in the mercenary group already knows about it. I ain't trusting anybody else. And no castle guards. I know the merchants love them, but we don't like them at all.
You're not the only ones.
Well, good to hear that. Of course, if they come hassling me because it gets back to them that I said it, I know who told them, and I'll be finding you.
Oh, don't you worry. My lips are sealed.
They better be.
I nod and wander away.
Alexa walks up to the window at the shop. The shop that she's standing in with Phelan is an open air kind of patio that has a table where you can sit and eat food that you order. It's a bakery. There's a sign out front. It says that it's the Hidden Nibble Bakery. And there's a sign that says it's pastries, $5 for 2, strawberry, blueberry, and tarts, or bread, $2 a loaf. She walks up to the lady and who's serving food through the window and asks her how her day is going. Oh, mighty fine, miss. What can I get for you today? If you want a pastry or some bread? Alexa says, well, we just ate, but I've just got a question for you. Are you part of the Merchants Guild, or are you with the guild, the craftsfolk? The lady looks at her and says, well, I am with the guild, the Crafter Guild. I actually make my own bread, and I cook my own pastries. I ain't letting any merchants get their grubby little hands to try to sell it at a higher price and cut me out with more money. It just ain't happening. Alexa nods and says, okay, well, can I get a blueberry pastry? And he says, of course you can. And hands her a blueberry pastry. Alexa pays the lady.
I look over at Frogdeer, and his frosting is just dripping. I just say, really? Right here?
Is it dripping?
Yeah, he's getting excited.
You know what? I don't want to know.
Phelan takes the pastry from Alexa and eats it. Thank you, my dear.
It is a very, very delicious pastry. Very well made.
Frogdeer starts spinning.
As I swallow it, I just shudder slightly.
Of course.
Don't describe it so sexually if you don't want me to react that way.
I did it! Whatever. Alright. Just back on track here. Amar, you are standing in a shop that has... I didn't see you over there. You're standing in a shop called the Fabulous Anvil. Contrary to the name, it has a very meager selection of daggers, a few clubs, a couple of brass knuckles, and even some wooden stakes. The place is not particularly well kept, though it's not running down. And there are a female who is obviously a little tipsy, making a lot of eye contact with you, as well as a man with green hair who seems to have a bit of a mischievous grin.
I'd like to inspect their daggers, please.
Looking at your daggers, you find that they're very cheaply made daggers. The man walks up to you and says, "Oh, if you're interested in our daggers, they're only $15 each. You'll never find a better bargain anywhere else in the city."
Good bargain doesn't mean good craftsmanship.
The merchant says, "Well, of course not. That's those shoddy crafters. You think they're all high and mighty and wonderful, but the truth of the matter is they're not good at what they do. And they're not good at selling either. They just need to let us merchants do our job and sell the wares. And they need to focus on doing a good job of making the wares. But this is what happens when you have crafters who try to do both. You get very, very cheap. But don't worry, I don't overcharge you. You get good money, you get good price. Dagger's still dagger. It will still stab people.
Wait, so you crafted these?
The merchant shakes his head. No, I bought them from a guy who makes them. The crafter. I'm a merchant. He's a crafter. But he is trying to sell his own as well. Honestly, it cuts into our profits. We can't have people who are good at crafting and people who are good at merchants. I'm telling you, we need to make the king see that. No crafters should be selling their own stuff. That's the job of the merchants, and it's competition that's unfair and not right. And then you, the one who needs to buy the products, you are the one who gets, well, swindled essentially. Not by the merchants, no, but by the crafters and get substandard stuff. No, the merchants are honest. Get good deal, best deal in city.
Why sell these shitty daggers if they're so shitty?
Well, I can tell you right now, you're not going to find any daggers anywhere else in this market. This is the best you're going to get right now.
Very fortunate for anyone who needs a dagger.
Well, I didn't make them. You got a problem, you take it up with the crafters. Don't be talking bad about my wares just because the crafters don't know what they're doing.
Where can I find this crafter?
I don't go and talk about that because they wouldn't be appreciating that.
I want to tell him he has such fine handiwork.
I ain't telling you the name. It's just bad for business. The last thing I need is for you to go and undercut my prices from buying from him. I'm a merchant. This is what I do. Just be known, it's made locally. Locally made dagger. Best deal in the city. You want to find a dagger this cheap anywhere else in the city. Only $15.
I just kind of stare at him.
Well, are you going to buy a dagger or not? If you don't like dagger, we have brass knuckles. Here, try these brass knuckles. He shows you a pair of silver-coated brass knuckles. Now these are actually decently made. And they're only $30. Only $30 for a pair of brass knuckles. Now tell me, what could you do with a pair of brass knuckles? You'll go out there, you know what I say you could do with a pair of brass knuckles? You could go find the guy who made that dagger and punch him in the mouth for me because he made a cheap dagger. I agree. But I give you best price. Best price in the city.
Well, I could punch him if I knew where he was.
Well, are you telling me you're not smart enough to figure it out?
Are you telling me you don't know who you're buying from?
A merchant never, ever tells where he buys his stuff from.
I turn to the woman. Pretty girl, do you know who he buys his daggers from?
Daggers? Oh, you want to know where my husband finds his daggers? He ain't even got one! I need a shot. That man is so annoying to be around. I can't tell you where he gets anything.
If you can't tell me where, can you tell me who?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's some guy. Oh, the lady reaches down behind the counter to grab a flask and takes a nip off of it. His name starts with a... I think it starts with an M, I think. Meron or Maroon or Maroon? Maybe Maroon. Maroon might be... I think it's Maroon something. Hey! Old man, why don't you go over here and tell this guy where you buy your daggers from? The male merchant walks over and says, Why are you talking to my wife like this? Why would you be... You can see she's not in good health. Why don't you talk to me? You leave her alone, yes?
I think I have what I need from here. But tell me, are there any herbalists or alchemists in the square?
Well, not that I know of, but If you go up to the outfitters, I know that they're selling potions. Don't think you're gonna find any ingredients, but they've got some in potions up there. They're called the Searching Window Outfitter, just right next to the stables.
Alright, thank you for your time.
Well, you're not going to buy anything. Best price on Dagger. Promise, best price. Best price in city.
I'll save my gold.